Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my first quarter English project. Welcome, Miss Marjorie Hurd and Miss Luann Johnson. It's a pleasure to have you two on here tonight. Now, since this is an interview, I'd like to ask you two a few questions. Our first question of the night is, how do you deal with your students whenever they misbehave? Thank you for having us. Yes, thank you very much. It's a pleasure. Now, to answer your question, I may be a bit tough with them sometimes, but it's only out of love for them and for their own benefit in the future, you know? What about you, Miss Johnson? Same here. If any of my students start acting up, I just tell them that I'm not forcing them to come and learn. If they don't want to learn, they can just get up and leave. But whoever plans on staying here must be and will be quiet. They'll listen and they'll learn. I won't gain anything by them paying attention, nor will anyone else. The only person that they're doing this for is themselves. What do you think is the best way to encourage your students to work harder? I think the best way to encourage them would probably be to show them that they definitely can improve and become better, and that they're nowhere near their full potential, and having them set goals while being around likewise people who've also set goals and are persevering and trying to accomplish them. After all, you're the average of the people you're surrounded by, so surround yourself with people who you aspire to be like, and people that will take you to new lengths, not people who don't even know what they're doing with their own lives. Thank you for that answer, Miss Johnson. That really does seem like a very wise thing to do, and I bet it works amazingly. Now, on to the next question. Have you ever seen potential in any of your students, and did you do anything about it? I actually have. There was this one boy that I taught for the first time back in 1953, Nicholas Gage. Along with his sisters, he fled from Greece and came to the US as a refugee. Their mother was killed in Greece, so they lived in America with their father. One day, I asked him to write about his story and what happened to him and his family. That's when I discovered he had some real talent, and submitted his essay not only to the school newspaper, but also to a contest without him knowing. Nicholas's essay happened to win an award, and this later led to him becoming a very successful writer, and was later even presented a whole other award by President John F. Kennedy himself in the White House. In fact, I'm still in contact with some of my old students, including Nicholas, till this day. Miss Hurd, earlier you said that you're still in contact with some of your students. Can you please tell us more about that? Yes, I indeed still am in close contact with some of my students. For example, my student Nicholas Gage. He graduated a long time ago, yet he and I are still close in contact. I'm always invited to his family's events, parties, and celebrations. We have a mother-son kind of relationship, and I'm very glad and honored to be able to have taught such a bright-minded and well-rounded human being, and I'm very grateful to be able to have this type of relationship with him. That was very heartwarming and wonderful to hear. That concludes our interview. Thank you very much for staying till the end, and thank you very much to Miss Marjorie Hurd and Miss Luann Johnson for being a part of this. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next quarter for our next project. Thank you, and goodbye.